When I started making music, I, I think I told myself that, you know, well, I didn't tell myself anything. I just didn't want to make it anymore. I didn't want to release it. I didn't want to do it. And I did tell myself that once I joined the Navy, that's not something I can really do. I can't tell you what it was really rooted in. I just didn't feel like that's something that I should be doing. I need to focus on my career in the military. And when I think about it now, I don't know if that's necessarily the real reason why I stopped making music. I think the real reason why I stopped making music was because I was exhausted from the pressure that I was putting on myself to make something. And it got to a point where I actually had an album made. I had an album cover. I had everything ready. It was 11 tracks. I remember. I think it was called Dropped Out, because it was referencing me dropping out of college. But, you know, it was fully ready. Had the album cover, had the songs, everything in order. Everything was ready to be released. And I never uploaded it, and I never released it. And I think it's mainly because of fear of it not doing well, with me putting so much into it. And in the end, it never saw the light of day. Now, when I look back on it, I wish I could have just told myself just to release it, see what happens. It's okay if it doesn't do well. If it does do well, great. But in the end, at least you tried, right? At least you made the effort. At least you did what you could to put it out there. And now when I look back, it's just, I still have the songs somewhere. I don't know where they're at. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere. But I was just in a different headspace. Less confident. Things weren't going well in general. There was a lot of ups and downs, and I think I was just tired of doing it. The thing is, once I joined the Navy, I still brought my music with me. Like, I still had my hard drives and everything. So I still brought it. I still had it. I just didn't release anything. It was something I guess you could say I cherished a lot. So since music is something I cherish a lot, I carry it with me everywhere. No matter where I go, I always have it. Same hard drives from years ago. Still have them. Still have all my old songs that I made when I was in high school, made in college. I still have everything. And that's literally just for me to listen to, just so I can hear how it sounded before. And, you know, just think about where I was back then compared to now. But yeah, when I initially stopped, I'm pretty sure mentally I was just like, this isn't something I can really focus on. I need to focus on my military career and making this work. When I look back now, I definitely think it wasn't that. It was fear. It was fear of not doing well. Fear of taking that leap. Even though in the end, there's really no negative consequence of releasing other than what people not listening to it. And even then, is that necessarily a bad thing if people don't listen to it? It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, you haven't found the ways to get people to listen to it. You haven't found the ways to promote it. You haven't found ways to get it out there, and you probably don't know the ways to do it. So if no one's listened to your music yet, just because you don't know how to get them to listen to it yet. Nonetheless, yeah, that's what I would say.
Drunk texting, now drunk texting.
A little drinking and now I'm drunk texting. And I don't think I'll ever learn my lesson. A little drinking and now I'm drunk texting. And I don't think I'll ever learn my lesson. Yeah, I must admit I'm a victim of texting. Mouse fakers in my system told her how I feel. Hell ass lame as hell. But nowadays they all wanna be my girl. Hey, game is right. Smile got 'em hype, huh? Charm got a smile, huh? You love my style, huh? Remember they wouldn't connect like cables. Now they on all fours like legs on the table. Maple syrup, honey thinks so sweet. Even sending messages really can't even speak. So this winter L, I must be a Romeo. Wait, got a new message, she says I'm the only one. Yeah, I soak that in as another message sends, telling no girl that this chick here is just a friend. Like Mario, she looks like Rosario Dawson. And off, then I'm stroking her, call it golfing. A little drink and then now I'm drunk, texting. And I don't think I'll ever learn my lesson. A little drink and then now I'm drunk, texting. And I don't think I'll ever learn my lesson.
Someone please get my phone. I can't seem to leave her alone. Tell me what the hell was I thinking. I can't even think of a reason.
It's been a long day, I just left school, home is headed my way. As I'm home thinking life is such a tough thing. My mom side disowned me and class just ain't my thing. Thinking back to my come up, I drew no attention, but this year hoes run up. A nigga fly as hell, pulling hoes like Segunda. When did this all change? I cool niggas what they call me. Plus my ex on the east side flanking out on me, the head on the shoulders is weaker. With this on my mind, nigga, I can't focus. I only go here what's to be the fucking dopest. As I'm lost in thought, then he said niggas rolling through. He said they got the fire, the cure for being blue. Asked if I wanna smoke, yeah fucking right I do. I was passing flying, legs heavy, eyes low. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. Light it, spark it, yeah somebody got it. Now you just puff, pass, pass, pass. Light it, spark it, yeah somebody got it. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. I heard that somebody coming over with a green. Light it, spark it, yeah somebody got it. Now you just puff, pass, pass, pass. Light it, spark it, yeah somebody got it.
So I made music like back in high school and middle school, and I released it, but then as years went by and I released stuff in college, I started making music. So I made it, but I stopped releasing it for a good, let's see, from 2000 probably 10 11 until about 2019. It's almost 10 years. And it was like I didn't feel confident in releasing my music. I didn't feel comfortable at some point. Why, I'm not really sure, just that I put pressure on myself to make the best product possible. So under that pressure, I didn't feel comfortable. it took me a while, and then, you know, I was like, I'm just living life. You know, if I release something, I release something. I always loved music. I always wanted to create it, but I wasn't thinking about releasing it. And then after that, you know, I lived life, joined the Navy, did that for a while. And then after my suicide attempt, you know, I had to refocus, and I was like, what am I doing differently that led me to this place to where I'm this, if not depressed, at least not mentally well. And I realized one of the things I used to do whenever I was stressed out was I used to make music. That was my way to vent. I never really got fully feel the weight of the world on my shoulders until I stopped making music because I had no outlet. Started recording, and, you know, I released Dodo. And, you know, the whole thing of making music and being afraid to release it, you know, you try to work it out in your head, but in the end, you gotta just jump in feet first and just put it out there. You know, you can't be afraid. Or you can be afraid, but you gotta push yourself to go past that fear and just do it. And I can say now I feel like it was the right decision. I've gotten further than I thought I was gonna get. I almost got 1 million streams on all my music, so I'm happy with that. But the whole thing was, you know, it was a fear of releasing it and rejection. And, you know, once you get past that rejection, it's all good. You know, you just let it do as it may, no pressure. Just hope for the best. That's it.
Juice. Dodo. Don't know if I'll survive. I see I ain't right. I used to condemn it, now I'm on the other side. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. I used to show love, now I'm getting none back. It's hurting my soul, I wish I knew what's out of whack. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. You see my soul, it's too late to cut it off. Maybe if I go, they'll feel better off. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Bleeding for your love. Yeah, for your love. I never did you wrong, but you still feel spy. I gave you my all, but you're still not feeling right. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, I'm still bleeding. I'm giving in. I thought it's what you wanted. I gave up on myself. Now I'm who I'm confronting. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, I'm still bleeding. My fam knows I love her, even my girl. I know you're here for me, but I'm alone in this world. Yeah, and I'm bleeding. Yeah, I'm still bleeding.
Yeah, no more politicking, I'm focused on the future. No lame, I'm talking game like Rick Bucher. Appetite for destruction, yet no beef has arrived. Living in peace, without the peace by my side. Thriving on food for thought, I need some more waiter. I got too much, I'm ODing like Dion Waiters. Spread cash to the family, all my friends till it's gone. Rama she fire, I gotta take care of my homes. Went to SD and flew back to the H. Contemplating my lifestyle, contemplating my fate. Hitting rock bottom now, I'm living in space. No matter the circumstance, I always say my grace. Young nigga still a boomer to the younger generations. Watching the world change amongst its complications.
qualifications. I'm still here, my game straight like a hetero. I'm too focused, you think I'm on some Adderall. I ride for my city, I do nothing else. Being a real nigga, never needed no help. I never gave a damn about how I hate or fail. Just worry about cash and living like there's nothing else. I put it all on the line. Oh, I put it all on the line. I never half do it, I always get my all. My jersey's in the rafters, yet I continue to ball. I put it all on the line. Oh, I put it all on the line. I put it all on the line. All in and not at all, there's no in between. I can't pretend to act, I'm not Charlie Sheen. I just exercise my thoughts, ideas, and my dreams. Push up on opportunity, set up and fist up by cream. I won't sit on the bench, I've been a starter. Pull up on haters if there seems to be a problem. Stand tall to the challenge while they curl to the pressure. Abstain from failure, I lunge towards the better. Living my best life, wide-eyed at 21. Thinking the world's mine and that it owes me one. It don't owe me shit, show me shit like pain. Show me love that's conditional, it don't feel the same. Just cause you say no, now they moves change. And you the one to blame for them feeling this way. I'm not the scapegoat, I just keep it moving. Cause I'm trying to win, I'm not the one for losing. I ride for my city, I do nothing else. Being a real nigga, never needed no help. I never gave a damn about how I hate or fail. Just worry about cash and living like there's nothing else. I put it all on the line. Oh, I put it all on the line. I never half do it, I always get my all. My jersey's in the rafters, yet I continue to ball. I put it all on the line. Oh, I put it all on the line. I put it all on the line.
Life is all about starting over. All of it. When I was in Texas, I knew I needed to change. I knew I needed to change my scenery. I needed to do something different because, I was broke. So, living broke it's very hard. And you got to figure out how to make it every day, make it every month, and pay your bills. And for me, I felt no ease. So, I locked down and I just said, okay, well, if that's the case, what's my options? And I believe I went to a family reunion, and we went to the cemetery, and then they were showing me all of my family's headstones. And on those headstones, I noticed that a lot of the people that was in my family were in the military. And I was like, I didn't know that. Okay. So then I started looking into it. And then, I looked everything up, jobs, the pay, where you can end up, what jobs you can have and what do you do in these jobs, all those things. And then I looked at branches and which branches do what are they known for, where will you likely end up if you're in this branch, what will you likely end up doing, what will your training be like, all that. I looked all that up, and then I decided on the Navy. Once I did that, I took my ASVAB, and I got a good score. I don't think I got a great score, but I got a good score, enough to where I could be working, in IT and stuff like that. So, I did that, and then, I joined, and I started over from there, and I made it work. Got promoted in like a year and a half, maybe less than that. Got paid early, everything. I was doing all that. And when I did that, I was able to actually pay for my mom's mortgage and still pay for my lifestyle when I was living in Japan. So for me, the plan to, join the Navy and hopefully be able to help my mom out and live better, it worked. And then once I got out, I moved back to Texas, and I was back in my retail job, and I was like, okay, well, I just don't feel happy here in Texas. I could start over here, but this doesn't feel like where I need to be at. So after being there for about 2 months, I moved back to California. I moved to California, San Diego, lived there a bit, and I was starting over again. And basically when I lived there, it was during COVID. It was literally in 2020. So everybody was inside. So me moving there, I don't know if it was the perfect time or if it was the worst time. I just know I moved there and I couldn't move around much because everything was closed. And it was even harder to find a job. I got there in March, didn't find a job until that September. And even then, I was starting from ground zero. I lived with 2 of my roommates from the Navy. I was staying with Brown and Gonzo, and as I was staying with them, I was just trying to find some kind of stability, I guess, some consistency. And I started working in a biomed place, and basically in the end, I was working there, and living in California, just building myself up bit by bit. And I was looking for that next thing to try to push me forward to make me strive for more. So I was like, what's something new that I've never done that could be productive? So I thought about real estate. So then I started researching real estate, researching all the rules, researching all the things that you can and can't do, the things that I can and can't afford, the things that I can potentially go for. Started researching that, and then after researching all that, I ended up finding a triplex, and I bought a triplex. And then, I basically was managing that and living there for a year. And then after I lived there for a year, I started renting it out. So when I was doing that, I was just slowly trying to rebuild from zero. And I feel like I did that. After doing that for a while, I met my wife, and then I got a new job offer. And, we were in a pretty good space. I had my property. We were living in Orange County. We were doing pretty good. But the pay was more. And I was like, well, if I want to provide more, I want to be able to go and give you whatever you need, or whatever you want, whatever you wanted. So, when the job opportunity came, I was like, let's do it. They gave us the signing bonus, and then, we made that move. It wasn't easy. I had to go there by myself for like a month just to scope it out and see how it is. But, went and did that, and then after that, we moved, and, we lived in a little modest house. And once again, once we got there, we had to rebuild our whole situation. We got to find, new things to do, new food places, our new routine, get used to the area. It was a small country town, so, it wasn't like a whole lot of major attractions there. And then, I lost my job. It was a government job. They didn't want to do the clearance. So I lost that job. So then I basically moved for a job that ended up letting me go 6 months later. And, we had to scramble. And I ended up finding one pretty quickly. It was retail, but it was a job to me, so I was like, it is what it is. Was the pay great? No, it was significantly less than what I was making working in the government. But in the end, to me, it didn't matter as long as I had money coming in. And then at that point, I had the property still. And for me, it was like, yo, we need more money. And my wife, she was like, yo, it's probably be a good time to sell. So, we sitting there, we thinking about it. Talk to the realtor, sell the property, get a little cash from that, and we're good. And from that, we just built up from there. Life is all about starting over. It's all about rebranding. It's all about going out there and doing whatever you have to do to, get yourself back in stable footing. And it doesn't always start that way, but the more time you put in, into working your plan and trying to make it work, eventually you'll get to where you need to go. So for me, I feel, starting over is a very important part of life. Things aren't always going to be the same. They may be the same for a while, but they will eventually change. And you will need to rebuild yourself. And it's not something to be afraid of. You're just going to find some new strengths that you didn't know you had. So I think in the end, you do whatever you can to make sure that you're okay. And if that means that you need to go into a different avenue and try that out so you can give yourself a new career, a new footing, you do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, once I sold the property, it was even better because once I got to that point, I was able to start making music again. I got my equipment, started doing all that, started recording. And the thing is, I already had everything made out. I had the beats, I had the songs written. Everything was ready, I just needed to record. And I just didn't buy the equipment yet. But then, once we sold the house, at that point, I got all my equipment and, I started getting to work. And then, that's how I made Vagabond Dreams and Hidden Peace, which really is supposed to be Visionary. But in the end, Visionary will be out, and y'all see that for what it is. In the end, I'm just trying to say, starting over is not something to be afraid of. It should be a great thing.
When they say I'm real, my nigga, that's no cap. When they say that I'm tryna get rich, my nigga, that's no cap. When they say I'm not in the mix, my nigga, that's no cap. I'm just tryna get my M's, my nigga, that's no cap. I'm tryna move up. When it comes to green, I'm not pushing my luck. Not the type to pull up in the truck. Give me that new coupe, make sure that it's plush. I handle the game like Derwin, y'all Michael Irvin, catching lines that I tend to be throwing. If I have a 28 3-lead, I won't blow it. Passing music around now like it's COVID. You see me out here grinding, heading towards my peak. I've seen dreams and nightmares like I'm Meek. People tryna cut me out they dreams like I'm Zeke. I'm unique, they don't like how I play. Going dumb, my shit going live in the bay. If you want me on your team, baby, do more than notice me. You bouncing to Juice Cast Stone and 8 keys. When they say I'm real, my nigga, that's no cap. When they say that I'm tryna get rich, my nigga, that's no cap. When they say I'm not in the mix, my nigga, that's no cap. I'm just tryna get my M's, my nigga, that's no cap. I'm moving forward, collecting green more than lawnmowers. If I feel like drinking water, I'll drink Coors. I'm worried about my chick, nigga, not yours. Yeah, let's have a talk. Why you worried about a man and what he got? Niggas is Rachel Ray, they stirring up the pot. Seeing you become big, want you to end up like Pop. I'm not giving energy to those enemies, playing like they cool, acting like you're kin to me. Y'all niggas is plastic, you're just a kin to me. Plotting and hoping I end up like the Kennedys. It won't happen, you won't fall to my mood. This brethren will be a legend like Devin the Dude. I'm not crude, nor am I fake. You pretending to be asleep, but I know you're awake. Hey. When they say I'm real, my nigga, that's. You say you let go. You say you let go. You don't want me, yet you still calling. Do you want me? Yeah, I'm still falling. I am lonely. Why are you stalling? I'm now running, 'cause I am your puppet. I can't do this. Gotta know my worth. You think I'm stupid, messing with my emotions. I won't do this. I'm no longer open. I've been through this. I am just your project, no. I am just your project, no. I won't be a this go. Let it go. You say you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let this go. You said you let go. I gotta let I don't care about the past. It's just holding me back. Why would you do that? Giving hope that is bad. I don't get mad. I just get sad. This love won't last. It's ran its course, there's no going back. I won't play those games. I'm done feeling this way. You're my ex now, and I feel no shame. All you bring is pain. You weren't on my team. Any love we had, that is withering. You say you let go. You said 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 you let go.
Not over. You know what? It's not over until I say it's over.
Back at it like a fiend. No crack addict, my drug consists of nicotine. The more I spit, the more that I get streams. Hella saliva, I'm drowning in the streams. I put in work, boots on the ground, I respect it. To push forward, I hang around like a necklace. No suicide watch, watch when my text spit. STD with the fit, a nigga got sick drip. Double your money up, niggas not controlling us. Save up, be like Nipsey and double up. H-Town shit, nigga walking with a double cup. But it's Jameson, not for me, it's never too much. I'm out here doing my thing, grinding like clips. Overshadowing competition like a solar eclipse. It fits, I was just a blip on the radar. You can't spill war without bringing the AR. Yo, you ain't play me, you saved me. Wiser than before, a nigga move more safely. Can't move my heart, I'm stoic, not chasing any other dream or lie that you gave me. Hasty, moving on, you can't break me. Begging for your love, nah, you can't drake me. Thinking to the Lord, why have you forsake me? While getting done from abroad, who praise me?
So when I had my suicide attempt, it was like, it wasn't like wanting to end everything. It was well, yeah, it wasn't even about that. It was, I was so mentally unwell and felt that I was making people so unhappy that it'd just be better if I wasn't there. So it wasn't necessarily that I was so down on myself that I was just like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do this. It was more so like, I mean, if I'm making these people that unhappy, then maybe I don't need to be around. So when you get into that kind of headspace, but first off, anytime you get into a headspace where you're having thoughts of ideations, it's kind of hard to actually get out of it in general. And when I got into that space, it was in the back of my mind, but it wasn't heavily on my mind until, one day it felt overwhelming. And I was just like, man, if people really don't like me, man, I'm making their lives that more difficult. I need to, not that I need to, but maybe it'd be easier for them if I was just not around. So, I got to that point, and then that's when it all happened. And for me, the aftermath of it, I was like, well, why do I need to make my whole existence based upon making people happy? Now, with that being said, before all that happened, that's one of the main things I was trying to do. I was just trying to make things easier for everybody, take care of everybody, make sure everybody's good, I'll be fine. The fact of the matter was, I didn't take care of myself enough to be fine. I didn't know that, because in my brain, I never thought about, what's filling my cup, what's making me function well, what's keeping me going. It was more so just like, oh, these people need help, let me try to help them out. Let me try to make sure that they're good. Let me make sure everybody's fine. And in the end, when you don't pour into your own cup and you pour in everyone else's, it gets draining. And when it gets draining, at that point, you just get tired. You get exhausted. And I got to a point where I couldn't even sleep. I try to find whether I'm at home or whether I go to like a hotel or something like that, I try to go and lay down and go to sleep. I couldn't even get into a deep sleep. I'd lay down and I'd sleep for like maybe 30 minutes, and then I'd wake up, and then I couldn't go back to sleep. Like, my body did not allow me to sleep. And when it did that, when you don't get to sleep, pretty much everything slowly but surely starts to, it starts to deteriorate. And with me, mentally, I just started deteriorating. I was functioning, but I was functioning off of little sleep and little rest. So eventually there's going to be a break, right? So that's what ended up happening. But I can say, after all that happened, I learned how to take care of myself and actually get to know myself. I can never say that I really got to know myself until after all that happened. Before that, I was just living life, trying to achieve goals. That's all I was doing. I didn't really take into account what makes me feel good, what makes me tick, what makes me want to keep moving forward. I didn't think about any of that. I was strictly just, let's just go to work, let's try to achieve these goals, let's try to make sure everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time I was there, I'll tell you straight up, I went to the Navy because there was a point where my mom asked me for help and said she needed money, and I couldn't give it to her. I couldn't give it to her because I didn't have it. And I was like, okay, so something's got to change, because if I can't even help her, take care of her, after everything she's done for me, I need to do something different. So if she ever needs anything, I can be there and help out. Straight up. And that's when I made the decision to join the Navy. So even then, at that point, when I was making my decisions, I was still thinking about everybody else. I wasn't really thinking about me. I made that decision, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. Basically, we went out to eat. I think we went out to Los Cucos in Texas, and basically we were eating, and I was like, do you feel you'll be okay if I'm going and I join the Navy? Like, do you feel like you'll be alright until I can get to the point to where I got my money up and I can help out? And she said she'll be okay. So at that point, that's when I knew. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna join. And I didn't know the path that it was gonna lead me down. I had a plan, obviously. I had a plan on how I was gonna do it. I was like, maybe I could do 20 years, if not 20 years, at least do 8, finish my degree, come out, get a nice job, find somewhere where I want to live and live my life. That was the plan, but, things don't always go according to what you think will happen. You can plan for anything, but it doesn't mean that everything's going to go exactly how you expected them to. So, I did that, and then what ended up happening is I didn't even finish my plan. I ended up getting out in 4 years. So, it was kind of bitter. It was bitter. I was going to say bittersweet, but the way it all happened, I didn't feel there was anything really sweet about it. I was still clinging on to stay in, to be honest. I was still trying to stay in the Navy. But, I was seeing, in the end, it wasn't for me. So, I ended up not going. I ended up leaving. But, I say all that to say, basically, when everything happened, it was more so not filling my cup. I was basically trying to please everyone else, make sure everyone else was okay, and not making sure I was okay. And in the end, I ended up suffering for it. So you gotta think, when you're going through things and you're living life, you gotta make sure that you are okay. It's great to think, I'm gonna do this for this person, I'm gonna do this for others, I wanna make sure everyone else is okay. That's great. But you also gotta think, why aren't you good enough to be the reason that you try harder? Why aren't you the reason? And it's not necessarily like, why aren't you the reason, as in, why can't I be the center of attention? Why can't I be the main person? It's not that. It's more so, why aren't you worthy enough to be the reason why you move on, why you achieve great things, why you want to be a great person? You should be worthy of that. And that's something that I actually learned after all that happened. Like, I should be worthy of giving my best effort as well. I don't have to do it for everyone else. I should be able to do it for myself as well. And when you get to that point mentally, you realize there's nothing that can really stop you, and there's nothing that can really affect you, because now you've reached a different space. Now when you think of things and when you do things, you're like, well, I got myself. That's all I need. I'm not afraid of the mirror. I'll face the mirror. I ain't afraid of anything. Anything happens, I'll deal with it. In the end, I want to make sure that I'm good and I'm okay so I can be good for others. So I'm going to take care of myself and make sure that I'm good. So then if anyone else needs me, I know I'll be 100% ready for them. Nothing's going to bother me. Nothing's going to stop me. People are going to hate, people are going to talk, but it doesn't affect me. Because I don't need your opinion or your validation. I validate myself. I know the work I put in. I know what I try to do. I know what steps I've taken to get to this point. You can't tell me if I'm good enough or if I'm the one that needs to do this or do that. I know that stuff already. I've been working on it. And if I haven't worked on it yet, it's just because it's in the queue and it's getting ready to get worked on. Don't need any validation. Just need my own. My opinion is good enough for me to live. I don't need to live off of others' opinions. Because in the end, their opinions don't matter. Because when you're in the mirror, what you think about yourself and how you carry yourself is what really matters. And if you care about yourself, more than likely you'll care about others and you treat others well. But, in a non-selfish way. If that makes any sense. Care about yourself, make sure that you're good, make sure that you are doing the best that you can to make sure that you succeed. And then, in the end, when it comes to other people, just treat them well. And not treat them well to gain something, but literally just treat them well because it's the right thing to do.
Was alone on the beach, random dog come up, guardian angel to me, thinking this could be it. Nobody here to see, nothing but the ocean lies in front of me. My mind is peaceful, but thoughts do not cease. Try to quiet them down, but they will not be drowned. They want all of me and whatever's left. Yeah, in my mind singing, this will be a beautiful death. 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 Anxiety slightly there, but it don't control me. Thinking all I wanted was for someone to hold me. Then realizing why is that what I need? I've never been dependent, all I need is me. It's cool to live for others, but why not yourself? Why aren't you good enough to be the reason that you're here? Take a minute to digest, realizing that I'm correct. Love yourself enough to be strong and take the steps in order to survive, taking over your life. Be strong enough to help you, not need them by your side. Material things are temporary, that's why it takes so much of it to feel like you've arrived. Getting stronger mentally and emotionally. Physically, you'll be good if you act moderately. Feels like I got people out there watching me. Who cares, they're gonna see me prosper flawlessly. No more better than the next, not worry about checks, worry about feeling better and getting mentally checked. Therapy has a stigma, but I could give a fuck. Who's gonna give me peace of mind? Only me, so I'm fine. Dodging problems like the rich dodge court. Life shouldn't be a sport, it should be a beach on your own resort. We resort to playing a game cause cars stacked against us. We can't leave a paradise till we make it out the trenches. Inches away from all the danger. Is it coming from me or a fucking stranger? I'm going to live the shit till there's nothing left. Yeah, singing that this will be a beautiful death. This will be a beautiful death. This will be a beautiful death. This will be a beautiful. Hold up, my mind right, game right, everything I say tight. I'm Akon, living this life stronger than I thought. Yeah, I need to get my lane right. Used to think breaking down was a lame sight. Growing every day, and I keep getting better. A male don't care about paper, as you get close if I let her. Never been the type to care about a Beretta. I'm trying to be productive, what's gonna make us cheddar? Bring us out this hole and fucking living better. In order to be kings like our name's Coretta. Ain't trying to be fiends, ain't trying to be basic. Seeing things clearly without LASIK. I'm ready for the world and its many blessings. I need to be here, no need for stressing. Could've ended it all alone at the beach, but I got shit I gotta be and lessons I gotta teach.